Welcome back, everyone. And today we are back with a very big announcement that we have to do for everyone, and all of us should have all the ears on this big information that we have today. So, TCS has released the dates for its new national qualified test, that is the NQT, which is scheduled for February 2021. All the dates are released, notification is released, everything is out in the market, which is why our focus is now going to be on how to crack this TCS National Qualified Test February 2021. Now I'm going to begin from everywhere. I'm going to go from the basics, even how to register, what is going to be the syllabus. Plus, when we looked at TCS NQT syllabus and the different parts, we figured out that there are a lot many things that are newly introduced this time into the TCS NQT that is going to be organized for February. So we are going to have a look at all of them. I'm going to begin with the first thing, that is what the registration process is. How do I need to register for this one? Now, students have many doubts that, ma'am, we are already registered, or I have already given the NQT for October and I still don't have the results, or I have given the NQT for October but I didn't get any outcome out of that. Or what if I'm already registered? I have already given the exam. Will I be eligible for this one? Or if I'm already working, can I work out for this one as well? All of these questions will be answered in this one webinar that I have organized, and we are going to have answer to all of that. First thing, let's begin with the registration process. That is the basic thing. So this is the registration link. It's http learning.tcsionhub.in. Now, please make it a point that the registration link, it's tcsionhub.in. It's not the main, that is TCS Next Step. It's not TCS Next Step, it's tcsion hub.in, and we're going to begin with the registration process first. Let's see how the registration needs to be done. So I have pasted the link on Chrome. The link is pasted here on Chrome, and this is what directly opens. When you will paste the link on Chrome, this is the page that it is going to be directed to. That is, you're going to go directly to the home page of digital learning. This is the page that you're going to redirect yourself to. So digital learning, learning.tcsionhub.in /hub /national qualified test. This is the home page we are going to get directed to. Now here you will see some options like TCS NQT, register, sample, dates, everything would be available on this one page. So this is the official website where registration and everything needs to be done. So this is the official website for TCS that we're going to look for and what we're going to work on. Now here you can see there are some important dates also. They have mentioned the registration dates, they have mentioned the exam dates, all of that is mentioned. We're going to discuss that also. We're going to go stepwise into all the things as to what is the date, what is the registration closing date, exam date, all of that we're going to do. Now, first I'm going to tell you, if you're a fresher, what are the steps that you need to follow to register yourself. So when you will log in into it, if you're not registered, here you will see it will just show login. It is not going to show any ID. Click on register now. Register now, you'll have an option that will directly take you to create account. Go to create account. Or you can even log in using any of your social media. Maybe you can log in using your Gmail, you can log in using your Facebook also, but I would prefer create an account first, then you can use multiple IDs for logging in. But first create an account first. Very important thing is, when you start doing all of these detailing, when you start filling out the details, it's important that you give out all the genuine details, like when they ask for phone numbers or when they ask for email, because all the communications that these people do, it will be rewarded or it will be reverted to us through our emails only. So give your name. Let me give my name. Let me do a genuine registration so that everybody is able to make out. Give your email ID, a genuine email ID, then give a password. So password need to have a capital letter, a small letter, some alphabets, and a special character. So give your password accordingly, a capital letter, a small letter, then some alphabets, and then a special character. Confirm it. Give your phone number. Now all these details like phone number, email ID, all of them have to be given genuine, because they're going to pass out OTPs. They're going to give us information. When you will get the OTP, it needs to be given, it needs to be entered, only then your account will be validated. That is, give your genuine phone number, give your genuine email ID, because these people, they're going to validate all your details. We cannot keep on giving fake details to all these people. It's about our careers. Okay. Now, are you a minor? So no, I guess nobody is a minor here. Everybody would be more than 18 years of age. If you're less than 18 years of age, you can do yes also. Then sign up process will have to give your guardian's name, guardian's email ID, but nobody would be a minor. Just let it be no. Then fill the captcha very carefully. It's R Z. Then there's a W D V U and 1. Fill the captcha very carefully because this time the captcha that the people give, it's kind of tricky. Now when you go to the policy details, you can just give a read about all the policies that they have mentioned, a general reading of all of them. So there are 3 pages, it's not just one page, there are 3 tabs. Click all of them, make okay for all of them. After that you can do create account. Now it's very important that you log in at a time where your net is working properly, because then you'll have to do the multiple do you'll have to do it multiple times. Then enter below details to continue using your accounts. This is not going to make any difference. They just ask what state you're from, so that it becomes easy for them to tackle out that what kind of students, how many students are going to be from a particular area. You will obviously have places, or you'll have an option where you can choose your exam center. All of that you're going to do. So it's not going to be issue that right now you are in Madhya Pradesh, but then you have to give an exam from Maharashtra. All of that is not going to be an issue. They're just trying to figure out how many students would be there from a particular area. So after that, it will redirect you to different pages. It will ask you for some details, it will ask you for some information. All of that needs to be filled. So it is redirecting us to a page where it is going to ask us some personal details. Now, please, genuine details needs to be filled. So enter your first name. All of these details like first name, email ID, it would automatically come up. Give your date of birth. So select date of birth. Okay, so let me give a date of birth, year. All right, fine. Then select a residing state. So you can give your state, residing city. Residing state is selected, residing city. You will obviously have an option where you will have to select your city of giving the exam. So this city of giving the exam and your city of residing, they can be different. So it's not going to be issue. Just trying to figure out what city or what area you're going to be from. Okay. Now your 10th roll number. It's not necessary that you may be remembering all of these things, but please, it's very important that you give out genuine details. Please try to give out genuine details. Okay. Captcha again. 6 and V, right. So we'll again have a OTP. Okay. Validate OTP. Okay. So this OTP might take 1 or 2 minutes to get to you, but please wait. Do not refresh your page until then, or do not do multiple times to resend. Okay. So when it sends you the OTP, it might take 1 or 2 seconds, 1 or 2 minutes to send you. So the OTP I got 936360. Okay. So yes, it asks for OTP and OTP successful. Fine. Residing city selected. Then you can give your education qualifications. What is your highest education qualification? So yes, and all the possible degrees that we can have. All the possible degrees that we have. We have BTech, B.Ed, BCA, because since it's eligible for everyone, all of that would be mentioned here. Select your eligibility, select whatever branch you're from, select your degree. So mine was BE electronics, then graduating year and month, select that from the calendar. So okay, June. Let's See, anyone from the range of 2018 to 2022 is going to be eligible for this graduation. For anyone from this range, 2018 to 2021, is going to be eligible. So even if you are a person who has graduated in 2018 but has 2 years of experience, less than 2 years of experience, relevant one, you can apply for that. You can apply for this exam. So yes, experience, I'm just going to, let me just make it 6 2021, so that we'll just trying to fill up the form. Now when you're going to fill out your institution name, I would suggest that you go by these three dots, because sometimes it is possible that your institution name might not be given there. So enter first, try to search by your institution state, mention institution city, then search. When you will do that, you'll find out that all the institutions of your city, they come out. So mine was Madhya Pradesh and Ujjain, so I have my institution name, Mahakal Institute of Technology, Ujjain. Okay, I have there, I selected it, and yes, okay, comes out in the options. There you will see there is an option for others also, so you can select others also. Now there is upcoming test. It's very important to pay focus to what upcoming test you're going to pay. So NQT cognitive test, yes. Attitudinal alignment, NQT, both these two, everyone please make it compulsorily yes, because these two, you know, it's like a backup, so you have to give these two. Other than these, if you are good with information technology, if you can code, please make this yes also. Then out of the last three that is given to us, IT programming, basic computer skills, and accountant, out of these three, any two you can select. But if you're selecting IT programming, you will not be able to select basic computer skills. Basic computer skills automatically go out. But if you're making that as no, if you're making IT programming as no, you can select basic computer skills and accountancy. So out of the three that are mentioned in the last subject, NQT, any two you have to select. But if you're selecting IT programming, you cannot select basic computer skills. It's like uh, IT programming is higher level programming compared to basic computer skills. So if you're selecting higher levels, you cannot select the lower levels. But if you're selecting basic computers, you can select accounts with that. So that is available option. Next, the exam will be conducted as at a TCS and assessment center. That is, you'll have to be available at that spot to give the exam. So yes, select the city. Your state would already be selected. Select your city preference. So whichever city you want to give, whichever city would be accessible to you, please select that, because on that day you will have to available at that particular center. So yes, select that. Are you a person with disability? No. If you are, select yes. Upload a photograph. So please click here for a photograph, so you can look for your photograph in the um, like you have to look for what kind of photograph it needs to be available. So just be very careful that you need to upload a recent photograph with maximum 1 MB, and it has to be only JPEG or JPG format. Be very careful about the format that you're going to upload there. It has to be either JPG or JPEG. Yes, so we need to upload a photograph as well. So upload a photograph. Look for a photograph that is there in either a JPG or a JPEG format and not more than that. So you'll have to upload a photograph that's not more than 1 MB and into a JPG or a JPEG format. Okay. Yes. So uploaded, photo uploaded successfully. Close it. Give your captcha again. So it's A2XK117. Okay. Click the declaration and submit. So after submit, yes, so it will give you all the details. So you're going to have details, and it's very important that as soon as you get your registration, you'll have a registration number. It's NQT 21020814570. So that is what I got right now. So just copy paste it somewhere, keep it somewhere pasted, because there have been instances where students, they forget what their registration number is. Okay, so don't forget your registration number, and check your email IDs consistently, because these people, they'll be mailing you. Okay, so yes, this is all what your details are: personal details, residing address, then your educational details, test details, what all you have filled, your examination center, your photo, everything is going to appear here. Just do, you can check out all your details from here. This is what all the details would be there. So after this, do close. When you will close, you'll find out that when you will go back to the main home page, that is TCS IN page. Now there is just the option for view details, because once you have registered, you're going to have just the option of view details. And here your account would be already seen created. So Samidha, I already have a S there. My account is already created. You can go to view details. You'll find out that, okay, these are all the details that you have given out. All your details are going to come up. Try to save password every time, because at many times it's possible that you forget what your password is, but since it's saved in the computer, it would be synced to your Google account. Things will become easy for you. Now, if you're someone who has already registered, if you're already a registered person, you can do edit application. If you're already someone who's registered or whose registration is already done, you have appeared for some previous exam, you have appeared for the October exam, you can do edit application, and then rest of the things will remain the same for you. Then from here you can apply for the upcoming test, whichever test you're trying to expect, you're trying to conduct, you can do that. You can even change your phone number, you can even change your email ID, and accordingly you can update all the details that you have to update and fill your form and be eligible for this exam. Best part about this exam is everyone is eligible from all the branches, from all the backgrounds. Even if you're from mechanical, computer, even if you're not from engineering, you're from BA, BCom, BCS, BSc, or BCA, anything of that sort also, if you're doing, you're going to be eligible for this particular exam. Now, since it's clear how to do the registration, let's begin with what the recruitment pattern is going to be and how all things we have to select, what all things we have to prepare. Now, the recruitment pattern is first step registration completed. All of us has done the registration. Select the TCS NQT variant that you're looking for. First two compulsorily selected, third compulsorily selected. Next one you'll go for subject. Out of that three, any two you can select. Take the test, get a benchmark score which is going to be valid for 2 years, and then apply for the corporate jobs as per the eligibility criteria. The best part about TCS NQT exam is a lot of different corporates, a lot of different companies which are on the same level as TCS, a lot of many mass recruiters, they accept this score, and things will become very easy for you, not only just in TCS, but in many different subsidiary uh, startups and companies that are on the same level and which accept the score. So it is going to be easier for you. So national qualifier exam, it's a multi-level assessment that is going to progress in different entry-level exams, and it is going to check up your skills in space of industry-specific knowledge and what knowledge is required for you on different levels. May it be jobs that is retail oriented, may it be jobs that is bank oriented, may it be jobs that's totally IT oriented. Now, these are the four exams that you're going to have. First is going to be your NQT score. Next, you're going to have a attitudinal alignment NQT, which is also called as the psychometry test. So the attitudinal alignment NQT is going to be a psychometry test that is going to analyze your personality. How is your personality relevant for the workspace? That's what alignment test is. NQT score is basically verbals, numericals, and your reasoning ability. Next, you're going to have an industry NQT performance score, that is understanding on an industry level how you're going to perform, industry specific dimensions, how you're going to perform. Next, you have a subject NQT score, that is for some specific industry roles where they will be checking your knowledge and ability, basically your subject knowledge. That is the knowledge of whatever subjects you were studying, or maybe C, C++, Java, SQL, Perl, banking, management sector, all of that, that's going to be included in your subject NQT score. Next, if we talk about the next section is about the dates. Some important dates that we have to keep in mind. So registration is going to end on 10th of February 2021, whereas your exam would be conducted on 18th and 19th of February 2021. So just 1 month from today, you will be having your exam. So in the next 1 month, you'll have to do the registration as well as prepare for the exam. About the test, if we talk about, so candidates with NQT score will be eligible to apply on the TCS IN job listing portal. So once your score is declared, you will be told that, okay, these are the portions where you can apply for. Mode of exam is going to be in center, so you'll have to be physically available at that space to give the exam. Also, if you are given the score once, it is going to be valid for the next 2 years. So even if you don't want to apply for the job now, even if you don't want to go for it now, you can keep it valid. You can give it in the, use it anywhere in the next 2 years. Okay, so it's going to be valid for the next 2 years. Also, all those students who have previously given the exam, if you have given the October exam, or if you have given any other previous NQT, or if you are already working with TCS also, then also you can give this exam. If you're already working with TCS, then it's a chance that you can apply for the higher packages like the TCS Digital or TCS Ninja, which have a higher package. Or if you have a previous score but you want to upgrade your score, you want to have a better score, then also you can apply for the same exam. So it's going to apply for all the entry level roles in different corporates, and a lot of different corporates, they're going to accept the NQT score. Next, who can apply? Who all can apply? So any UG, PG, diploma student who are in their pre-final and final year, they can apply. Students with any degree and specialization in any discipline, they can apply. That is, it's not necessary that you have to be a BE. You can be a BE, BTech, BCA, BCom, BBA, MBA. You can be a MTech. You can have any degree and specialization. You are going to be eligible to apply. Also, those freshers who have less than 2 years of experience, if you're looking for a job change or if you're looking for a switch, you can also apply. Next, what are the different variants that are available? So I told you there are 4 variants, but what are the variants that we have? First variant is NQT. So NQT is National Qualified Test, the basic exam that we have. It talks about the areas are verbals, numericals, and reasoning. That's your NQT. Plus, you have a psychometric test that is going to be assessing your personality and disposition as to how you react in your workspace. Are you eligible for that workspace? Can you work under pressure? Can you take different criticisms and teamworks in a good spirit? That all would be checked through a psychometric test. Next, you have a industry NQT. So industry NQT assesses performance by testing understanding of industry specific dimensions. Now, what they have done, the best part about NQT this year, they have divided into different sections, and they have even associated different companies with them, so that not just the TCS, you'll have ample opportunity to apply somewhere else. Because what students think, if I'm giving the exam, I can apply only for TCS Ninja role or TCS Digital role. No, there are going to be many areas where you can apply. Like there is TCS NQT Information Technology, where they will be accessing your programming construct and your coding skills. Then there is industry NQT Banking, where specific banking roles, so where there is digital role in banking, that you can apply for. Or there is industry NQT retails, where you will be focusing on specific core skills with respect to retail market, how the IT works in retail market. That is your industry NQT. Next, you have a subject NQT. So subject NQT is, again, you'll be accessing performance by measuring specific roles in terms of your knowledge and skills, how you have been using your skills for the last few years, maybe what you have learned in your degree, that they can access through this test. It again has 3 parts. First will be a subject NQT IT programming, then you have subject NQT basic computer skills, and you have subject NQT accountant. Now, very important difference between NQT IT programming and NQT basic computer skills. If you're applying for NQT IT programming, you cannot apply for basic computer skills. Or if you're applying for basic computer skills, you cannot apply for NQT IT programming. It's like a basic computer skills is the basic level, then IT programming is a little higher level, a little advanced version of the same. So either of the two you can apply. Plus, you can always apply for NQT accountants. That is, they're going to deal with markets and banks, how IT works into banks. All of that is going to be a subject NQT accountancy. Basic computer skills and IT computer skills is going to be checking your programming skills. First, on a basic level, if you're applying for basic computer skills, on an advanced level, if you're applying for NQT IT programming. Next, what are going to be your prerequisites? Basically, what is going to be your syllabus? That's what your prerequisite is. So if we talk about NQT, the first exam that you have, it will have numerical ability, verbal ability, reasoning ability, and a psychometry test. Okay, numerical ability, that's usually our quants, what we do. Topics like number system, arithmetics, elementary statistics, data interpretation, time and work, time, speed, distance, profit and loss, all those calculative part is going to be involved in your numerical ability. Next, we'll be having a verbal ability. So verbal abilities, English grammar, reading comprehension, all those active voices, passive voice, vocabulary, all the part would be there in verbal ability. Next, you have a reasoning ability. So reasoning ability is questions of logics like pattern identification, problem solving, decision making, figures, facts, visual reasoning, all of those things. Psychometry test, again, like I already explained you, will you be eligible to work in a workspace with different people around you, reacting to situations, all of that would be assessed in a psychometric test. Subject NQT, if we talk about, so subject NQT, we have different syllabus for different portions. The syllabus for your subject NQT IT programming, it is going to be, now see, IT, I told you already, it's going to be a little advanced level. So they'll have pseudocodes, algorithms, then structures, basics, C plus implementations, OOPS, Python, Java, Perl, hands-on. Hands-on coding exercise means you'll have to actually check out whether your code is working or not appropriately. That's all what hands-on coding exercise is. Next, but if we talk about basic computer skills is if you have to use computers into your day-to-day life, like using Word, using Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, using WordPad, Paint, all those things, that's your basic computer skills. Next, if you talk about NQT accountancy, so NQT accountancy, I would suggest that if you're from a engineering background, do not go for NQT accountancy because these are subjects of commerce. So if you're from a commerce background, you have done BCA or BCom or BSc or something of that sort, you can always go for subject NQT accountancy because you're going to have accountancy topics, then there will be cost and management accounting, direct, indirect taxations, all those account topics that we have, balance sheet matching, loss, profit, trial balance, all of those things are going to be there in subject NQT accountancy. So why is TCS National Qualified Test important and why should I give this? So actually I have 5 points as to why you should always appear whenever TCS conducts such exam, you should appear for it. First one is it will give you improved employability quotient. So if you're getting a decent score, you're going to be eligible not just for TCS, but for many subsidiaries that are going to be associated with TCS and who are going to be accepting the NQT score. So you have an improved chance, you have a more chance of getting selected at different spaces. Next, it's a structured test. That means if you're giving the test, you'll have an idea of how different tests are conducted and how I should be appearing, how I should be attempting questions in particular time duration. Let's say, for example, here my paper is going to be of 3 hours. Within 3 hours, am I able to solve 80, 90 questions of different domains working at the same time? That could be accessed very well. Next, aligned with the industry, that is whatever is going to come up for TCS National Qualified Test or whatever is going to be the procedure for this. It is going to be specifically what is being asked into the industry or what is the exact requirement of the industry. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Whatever is needed, I'm going to do that only. Okay, unlimited attempts. You can give as many attempts as you want to do. If you want to give to February 2021, you can give right now. Again, in the next 4 months, it will conduct an exam once more. You can give that time. After every 3 months, 4 months, these people they conduct the exams. So you have unlimited number of attempts to appear for this exam. Next, increased visibility. That means you'll have an idea about once the result comes out, you can have an idea about what your capabilities are right now. What are the areas where you need to work more on? So your visibility regarding your own capabilities, it increases with every attempt that you're going to give out.